of a lecture by David Wilcox. During this lecture, he plays part of his interview with Dr. Pete Peterson. They discuss the suppression of the most powerful antioxidant in the world. In his 1939 book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration, a comparison of primitive and modern diets and their effects, Dr. Weston Price, who was a dentist, published a collection of findings and documentation of the excellent health among native populations he met on his world travels. In the 1945 edition of his book, Dr. Price included additional material and devoted chapter 22 to a new vitamin-like activator he found in butter oil, which he referred to as Activator X.
Well, if you eat too much of the wrong stuff, you get calcification inside your pineal gland. Those little crystals in the water get bound up by minerals, and they get locked up and stuck. And then, the less water is in your pineal gland, the less access you have to your astral body. And in turn, if you get completely calcified, you go crazy. You get schizophrenia. You get multiple sclerosis or Parkinson's disease. You will die if your pineal gland gets fully calcified. So a lot of people are running on very little water in the pineal gland. Well, this brings us to Weston Price, who showed that indigenous cultures had certain compounds in their food that prevented pineal calcification. And we can use those foods today. These compounds he called Activator X. Among other things, all these ancient skulls that he found had no cavities. They had perfect teeth, perfect dental arches, no cavities. And he went around to all these indigenous people in the 1930s in various places, and on the average, he only found one cavity per 1,000 teeth. They don't brush their teeth. All they're doing is they're eating traditional, natural food. This is what happens, except on the top right, she's eating indigenous food. On the other teeth there, that's what happens as soon as you give them the Western diet. So here's a Maori skull, again, ancient times, they have no cavities. Their teeth are flawless. This is a very highly suppressed piece of information. Dr. Pete Peterson is the one who turned us on to this in his video.
I can tell you that the main thing that halides, which are chlorine, fluorine, bromine, mainly what they do in the body is congeal cholesterol into arterial plaque. I mean, that's well known.
Slows down the artery.
Yes, it'll do. Yeah, it closes down the arteries. Mm-hmm. So there are many ways to sterilize water other than chlorine and fluorine. There are many ways. For example, we say, well, we use chlorine for tooth decay. You have a whole fleet of boats up and down the west coast of the United States and the east coast of the United States that can't fish anymore because we've killed all the fish, except they're bottom feeders. 60% of the weight of the fish is liver, and about 60% of the liver is that particular fish liver oil, which contains a compound called Activator X by Price of the Price-Pottinger Foundation of years ago fame. And he found out right after World War II that one drop of that, well, you can take that fish oil, which is highly fishy tasting, get it cold, the waxes and false isomers will solidify, you can filter those out, and the oil left over has very little or no taste to it. And that oil you can put in the sunlight and it won't turn rancid for hundreds of years. It should have been used in place of sperm whale oil for lubricating watches, but they didn't use it for that. And,
so is it this cod liver oil?
No, it's not cod liver oil. It's a different oil, but those boats could go out and bring back boatloads of this fish. It grows from Antarctica to Arctica and everywhere in between. That oil, one drop put in a slice of bread eaten daily, and you have no caries whatsoever. There's no tooth decay. It eliminates tooth decay.
So, and
they did this on thousands and hundreds of thousands of children in Europe after World War II.
And likewise, you can guard against hardening of the arteries.
Then you don't get the hardening of the arteries from the fluoride or the chloride. Because they could have gotten rid of tooth decay with an absolutely benign substance that we had a whole industry here that could go out and bring us back all we could ever use for the whole world, very inexpensively, and totally non-negatively in the body. But we didn't do that. Now, It's the reason that fish oil doesn't turn rancid is obviously because it's an antioxidant. It's the best antioxidant known to man, as far as I know. Price called it Activator X. It has a definite chemical formula. It could definitely be put out there. But it'd eliminate most of heart surgery. It would eliminate tooth decay. So it's not put out there because that isn't efficient in our system, in our capitalistic system.
Well, you're talking worldwide though as well, right?
Yeah, it'd be worldwide. I mean, like I say, we did it in Europe after World War II for years. But we took that Activator X, by the way, was taken. There's a small amount of it in wheat germ oil. So that was taken from wheat germ oil. Now we found I found the ratfish had this stuff in, massive amounts.
When you said Price, do you mean Dr. Weston Price?
Weston Price, yeah.
Okay.
Saying about the pineal gland, because I have a whole long section in my video that everybody's seen, most of this audience has seen it, all about the pineal gland. So you're saying that this oil, if taken, would help to decalcify the pineal gland or somehow increase its sensitivity?
If the pineal gland is calcified by halides, yes it would.
Okay. And Weston Price found that there were certain compounds that actually were in these traditional foods that would stop that from happening. You stop getting heart disease, you stop getting strokes, you stop getting dental decay, and it decalcifies your pineal gland. He called this compound Activator X. And on the video, he said that Weston Price found one type of Activator X that was much more powerful than all the others, because some of them include, for example, organic freshly grown eggs, organic butter oil from cows that eat fresh, fast-growing grass, fermented cod liver oil. The fermentation is very important because of the probiotics in there. But what Peterson said is that the U.S. government suppressed the knowledge of fermented ratfish liver oil because if people started taking that, so he said, and again, I'm not making any claims, FDA, but let's just say for experimental purposes, Weston Price did this research and found that fermented ratfish liver oil, which the ratfish is also called the skate, it's basically the exact same fish, fermented skate liver oil, it sounds better than ratfish. It's like, oh, you want me to eat a ratfish, dude? Come on. The fermented skate liver oil actually decalcifies your pineal gland so well and heals you so well, the U.S. government, according to Peterson, classified this knowledge and has suppressed it because they were worried that it would bankrupt Social Security. I shit you not. That's the kind of Machiavellian thinking that's going on the inside. It would bankrupt Social Security. So you can change your reality by changing your diet. So, because people have asked me this so many times, I actually have 2 months supply of fermented skate liver oil here because people ask me to sell this stuff. I talk about this and they say, you don't have any? And I didn't think of it. So these are available at my product table right out there, $40 a bottle. There's 120 capsules in here, so you take 2 a day. It lasts you 2 months. That's $20 a month. And this is a psychic supplement.
David Wilcox and Dr. Pete Peterson claim that ratfish liver oil contains Activator X in high quantities. At 6 minutes and 42 seconds of his lecture, he delivers some very inaccurate information. I'm astonished to see the amount of disinformation about ratfish liver oil and other liver oils for that matter out there on the internet. It's amazing to see how far some companies are willing to go to sell their products by deceiving people who simply want to improve their health. Some of these sellers purchase their livers on the open market or from brokers, then persuade others that they're selling the golden standard. A perfect example of this is the confusion surrounding ratfish liver oil and skate liver oil. Their customers have been told, or more appropriately convinced into believing that the skate liver oil is the same as ratfish liver oil. Some very disinformed people deliberately claim that the skatefish is related to the same fish species as the ratfish. The only similarity between the two may be that they are both cartilaginous. Some are even claiming that the skatefish is the same fish under a different name. Any marine zoologist would tell you that this is absurd. If you want the benefits of Activator X, you need to make sure that you're taking ratfish liver oil and not skate liver oil. I'm leaving the link for a site It will help you find legit sources. This site is a great source for more information about the history and benefits of ratfish oil. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel to get notifications when I make future videos.